Hi, we're here today with fitness expert Don Saladino and registered dietitian Martha McKittrick, and we are going to speak about macronutrients and where they fit in with our diet, how to manage them, and the misconceptions. And so, Martha, why don't you kick it off and tell us a little bit about what are macronutrients?
All right, macronutrients known as macros. It's a term that's floating around a lot, fit into your macros and what are your macros. Basically, we have three major kinds of nutrients called macronutrients. We have protein, which you get from meat, fish, chicken, cheese, eggs, legumes, nuts and seeds. And protein's important for repairing and building muscle and a lot of other functions of the body. Then we have fats. And fats have essential fatty acids. They have to keep us feeling full. They're involved in a lot of the hormone process in the body, found in oils, avocado, nuts, seeds, nut butters. Then we have carbohydrates, which mainly we use for energy. And carbs are found in grains, cereals, fruits, vegetables, legumes. So these are the three macronutrients. And when we hear the word macros, people get really caught up in what percentage should each food group be. Should you have 40% of your diet coming from carbs? Should it be 30% from protein? So, this is what macros means.
I think it really comes down to what are your goals, first of all. And anyone who could turn around and say, these are what, like, Renee, your macros should be this percent protein, this percent carbs, this percent fat. I don't even know your goals. It's like me reading a crystal ball. Like it makes no sense. Like fine, maybe I can utilize a guesstimate and I can get around that range, and maybe once in a while I'm going to hit a home run and actually get it on par to what your goal is. But I think when people ask me that question online, my first question back is, well, what is your goal? Then we can determine.
I'm going to be a little controversial here, and I'm going to say, what about the USDA, the FDA? They're trying to fit one shoe fits all, right? Like one size fits all on this. And so when you go to myplate.org and you see the breakdown of a plate, how do you think that should be interpreted by the public? And what are your thoughts on that?
Okay, don't get me started.
It's actually great.
But one thing I'll say, I think my plate is a step up from the pyramid.
Yes.
The pyramid was absurd.
That's great.
The pyramid was like you need to have 6 to 11 servings of grains a day,
Right.
and it didn't specify white grain, whole grain.
Yeah.
I mean, so that was absurd. And fats were in the very top of the pyramid, so fats were bad, don't eat fats. So at least they've taken that out of the plate. So, the plate, so half your plate should be filled with vegetables. It's a very simple concept, which is, it's not a bad concept, actually. I kind of think people should fill half their plates with vegetables, a quarter with the grain and a quarter with protein. That's very simple. I think where it gets more complicated, like John was saying, what percent protein, fat, carbs are you supposed to have? You don't know. I don't know. I'm a dietitian.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I think it's just mixed. It's making people feel very insecure in an area that they already feel insecure in. And let's face it, we're in an industry right now, we're in the health and fitness industry, and people who come to us are already coming in a very vulnerable position about food. And now you're telling them, well, you need scales and you need to know percentages, and it's like, oh my God, come on, let's relax about it. Like, I know a lot of people who've lived a very long life by just going in and measuring out by their eye and saying it's about food quality. I feel like if they shine, it's really simple. I feel like you eat good quality, healthy foods, and you balance your plate out, and you eat in moderation, and you don't overeat, you stay hydrated, you sleep, and you do all these things that it's not rocket science. I feel like that's health.
Yeah, it's about food quality, and I think for so many years we were just saying calories in, calories out.
Sure.
Not really focused on what kind of calories. And now we know a calorie from really healthy food is a lot different than 200 calories of a Twinkie or something for a lot of different reasons, because when you have the healthy food, you're having the fiber.
Right.
And fiber actually kind of takes away some of the calories, and also the fiber feeds the gut microbiome. And when you have a better diversity in your gut microbiome,
More regular, a lot
the more
lots going on.
But you also metabolize food differently
Right.
when you have like better good bacteria and more diversity. So it's so more complicated than calories in, calories out.
And also the whole macro scheme completely changes if you're doing, like, a ketogenic diet, right? So then you can't really apply
Yeah,
those
that's right.
proportions to specific diets, right? So
You can't, or people with diabetes.
or people with diabetes.
And
That
if
was my
you
next.
look at a lot of the guidelines with some of the national organizations or some books, they'll say people with diabetes should consume about 50 to 60% of calories from carbohydrate. Like, I think that's crazy. You know, so we can't, everybody is not fit into this one size fits all thing. It's your own body type. Some people do better with fewer carbs, you know, and other people can have more carbs. Some people are more long distance athletes. So, like Dawn said, I think we're focusing more on the quality and balance. You know, maybe use a simplistic My Plate. You know, do more vegetables. I mean, I do believe in people having a source of protein at most meals. If somebody really wants a number, I'll throw it. You know, have like a fist-size portion of protein at meals. You know, about 30 grams.
Oh yeah, listen,
of protein.
I'm going to get some type A's that come in that
People
want to be
want
very
that.
and great and fine. I know when I'm working with, if it's a physique competitor, a bodybuilder, someone who has to get ready. You know, when I had to get ready for my Cover Muscle Fitness in March, I had to dial in my macros, and I knew what I was consuming every day. It actually relaxed me a little bit because I knew as I was hitting those numbers, and I saw that I was losing a little bit of weight every week. I just trusted the process and kind of went through the 5-week process, and it happened for me. I always say, if you're having a cookie, if you're having ice cream, I don't care what you're having, make sure it's good quality ingredients. You know, there's no reason why you have to go have ice cream that is enhanced with chemicals and fillers and all this crap. You can go find a good organic source and have, you know, if you look at vanilla ice cream, what is it really? It's like, it's cream, it's eggs, it's sugar. You know, it's like, make sure it's at least from a good source. If you're going to have a cookie, make sure the cookie is made from a healthy source and it's not fed partially hydrogenated oils and all this junk that's going to go rancid in your body anyway. So I have no problem with someone having something bad, but you know, make sure it's from a good source.
But the right calories, and I'm going to say here, you know, like at least with some of our products, you know, one of the biggest things that Epicured does is we source such high quality ingredients. We make everything from scratch, and to me, it's one of these things that you know your food, right?
Yeah.
Know the strawberries, are they organic? You know, were they put with, what kind of sugar are they put with? Are they put with cane sugar? Are they put with organic sugar? Are they put with high fructose corn syrup? You know, when you're looking at your energy bar, you know, is everything there natural? What added sugars do all these things have, right?
Yeah.
So rather than maybe you're getting an energy bar, and rather than like the good sugars coming from maybe some of either the dried fruits or the nuts or the oats, most of the sugar that you're getting from is added sugar.
Yeah, but that's the mistake.
Sugar.
That's the mistake that
So
most people make is they don't look at the ingredients.
Right, they just
They
look
look
at
at what the
calories,
fats, the sugars, the protein
Right.
say, and I'm like, whoa. Remember the snack balls craze when that came out? Was it the 80s or 90s? Yeah, it was like suddenly everything's fat free and everyone's sitting there pounding cookies.
Everything
And,
was so processed.
and then how much weight
so
did society gain in that period of time? It was one of those unhealthy times, I remember.
And they will be changing the food labels soon. They're going to be adding added sugars to the label. So at least we'll be able to see what's an added sugar.
Right.
I mean, granted, some might be a little healthier than others. Like pure maple syrup is healthier than just sugar or corn syrup, but it still is an added sugar.
Sure.
So we need to limit added sugars,
Right.
but when you do, at least get the healthier.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Because some of macros. One other thing I wanted to talk about. Did we discuss if it fits your macros? Remember when we started talking about this a little bit? We were talking about it a little bit. Do not assume if you are following your macros that you can hit your macros with any type of food. The hormone, I always use the word, I don't know if it's such a word, I created it though, but it's like hormone distress that poor nutrition causes to your body. And then ask yourself, has this ever happened? Have you ever gone out and had a terrible meal? Or maybe, let's not say one meal, let's say a day of eating when you hear people say, I took a cheat day or a cheat weekend, and they eat like junk, and then they wake up and they're almost feeling bloated, they're feeling tired, and lethargic. Your hormones, your body is trying to reject all that poor nutrition. It's trying to get, your body has to overwork, and it's causing hormone stress. It's going to cause problems in the long run. So I'm less concerned about the calories. And listen, one day of eating, a weekend of eating, it's not going to put body fat on someone. I've never seen that happen. It'll put some water weight on you, and guess what? A couple of days of working out and eating good, you're going to take that water weight off.
Right.
The reality is that I'm more concerned with the poor nutrition and what that's doing to your sleep patterns. What suddenly you're sleeping the next couple nights, you're not sleeping the same way. Your gut, your microbiome, as we talked about. So really important factors.